Okay, I like the idea of that. I see how you spreading out the love, man. You brought it back to the family.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Definitely for the family, the friends, whoever doing something positive and just basically want to promote themselves, their businesses, whatever type of organizations, it doesn't matter. I'm, here dealing with people from all different walks of life. So that's pretty much what my show is about.
I like that, man. Yeah, I like that because it shows that you're grounded. And that's one thing that with the humble backgrounds that we have. What I mean, if we're not grounded, then we'll be somewhere off in space somewhere. And by us being both Libras, it's easy for our balance to get off. So
All the time, I be all over the place. Sometimes I be like, you know, somebody gotta somebody got to help me balance this out because if it's up to me, like I say, I'm unstable, and I got to at least keep it where I can be balanced out and I won't be all over the place. So that's pretty much what it is with the Libras. We got to have somebody to balance us out.
I can definitely relate to that. And I've been fighting with that for a long time because I always, when people was in my life in the past and tried to bring some type of discipline to my life, I didn't take well to it.
Right.
So it's like I kind of feel like nobody's gonna be that perfect fit, in a person's life because we have to be our own. We have to be our own. We have to live our own lives. You know what I mean? But I do feel that God puts people in our lives for a reason.
I agree.
And that at some point we're going to have to respect and realize that somebody's here to help us balance.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, if I wasn't like as spiritual as I am, because I'm very spiritual. If I wasn't spiritual, I don't know where I'd be at right now. Because like I say, you got that one side of the scale that might, be going in a negative, direction, and if you don't, balance that out, it can get really bad, pretty ugly. I mean, I've been in situations that I couldn't get myself out of because I wasn't all the way squared away and all the way balanced out. So, at the end of the day, I'm grateful and I'm thankful that I do have that little bit of spiritual insight, about myself. Because if not, I don't know where I'd be at right now.
Right, I feel the same way, and I can vouch for that too because it took for me to go back down south in 2011 for me to really get a good grasp on what spirituality was supposed to be.
Right.
And I remember being like about 14 years old, and my friend's mother, they had a spiritual background. Her and her sons, they went to church every Sunday. And I went with them once or twice. But I remember her asking me one time, like, do you believe in God? And me always trying to be a realist. I told her like, I don't know.
Okay.
Not because I was a bad person, but
Okay.
just because I felt like it was some teaching that I was missing. In order for me to know.
At least understand what they're saying because a lot of the stuff you don't understand it if
Right.
they're not breaking it down to you. So I feel that.
You know what I mean? So now that I know what it's about, and how to serve and how to, take the teachings and things of that nature, I definitely believe in God.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It
God.
just takes some clarity in your life sometimes. And if you don't read, how you going to learn something? Because life experiences, they come all day in different sizes and packages.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's just certain specific things that you have to study.
Yeah, you got to study. You got to open that book up. If you don't get that book open, then you're pretty much guessing and you wondering. So
Right.
you just got to at least open that book up. But I understand that though. Especially being a Libra. You gotta have some type of grounding. Some type of grounding.
Yeah, I agree. I've actually been to church 4 weeks in a row. And, Lady Q, she'll be in studio today to deliver that Queen Q's quotes for us today. She goes to church with me. We both a member of the church now. And I'll say that these last 4 weeks have been good for my life because it's like it shows the ups and downs of life.
Okay.
And I hadn't been to church in a few weeks or a few months, however you want to say it. And now that I'm back, it's helping me all around the board. Life is just getting more fulfilling. And I can see my growth. And then trying to balance this work schedule with school and the
interns. I'm telling you,
and just life in general. If I didn't have that backbone in that church, man, I don't know where I'd be at. Man.
Exactly. I feel it. I haven't been to church myself. I probably haven't been to church in like a month, 2 months of Sunday. So I ain't been to church in like 2 months. I joined the Word Church, and You know, I don't know if I joined it because I didn't belong to a church at the time, or if I joined it because my girl is a member there. You know, I really don't know why I joined the church, because I sat back and I had to ask myself that question. I said, why did you join the church? Because I don't always agree with what Pastor Vernon is up there speaking, you know, and I'm just keeping it 100. Like, he go in on the whole lesbian thing so much that it makes you kind of uncomfortable to sit there. You understand what I'm saying? So I basically done joined a church that I don't even think I really, you know, is comfortable with, but that shouldn't keep me from going to a church on Sundays. You know, it's been a long time, and I need to at least get up and go and try some other churches out. You know what I'm saying? Go find somewhere where I'm comfortable and start going, because I don't like to miss out on that many Sundays either, because like I said, have me all over the place, and to get a devil room to play, you know, is the devil's playground, you know, and the devil happy that I'm not going to church, you know. So that's something I got to do myself. I got to, you know, try to find somewhere that I can go and feel comfortable, so I can get myself back on that straight road, you know, on that pattern, because the way I'm living right now, you know, I've changed a lot. I see, you know, the change and the growth and everything too, but it's things that I've just now came to grips with that I'm trying to, you know, put in the past and get behind me, and I don't want to walk back into it. So, you know, going to church ain't bad. It's not a bad thing. I just know I got to find somewhere where I'm comfortable, you know.
Right. And
where I'm comfortable.
like a lot of people say that they don't have to go to church to believe in God. The thing about church
That's true.
is
That's true. But you
too.
also
you have to fellowship.
but you have to fellowship and you have to worship. So
right. And it's like, how many places can you go where that's what they're gonna talk about? It's really
it's only
no
church.
other platform.
It's only church
for people to go and hear about the Lord. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's not in television. You know, it's not too much on radio.
radios. No,
you know,
it's
it's not a hot topic in the streets. It ain't in the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's the place to go and get that spiritual food, man. You gotta go ahead and represent. You know what I mean? But it's definitely not a show. And I see what you say about how you go to church and the minister speaks upon being a lesbian, you know, as he tries. I'm sure he comes with the biblical.
Yeah, he always comes with the biblical. He always comes with that. He show you. Yeah, but I don't think that people's personal opinions should be implemented with the biblical part of it. You know, if it's something personal you feel about it, or, you know, if that's your way of thinking, you know, let that be. But when you're in a congregation and you're trying to, you know, attract people and sort of say change our lives around or put us on the right track, you know, you don't steer people away like that. And it's not just me, it's a lot of lesbians that I know have a problem with the word church. And he say, oh, I'm real and I give it to you like this and this and that. Well, you know, you don't supposed to steer people away from the Lord, and that's pretty much what I feel he doing. So, you know, I do go. My daughter love it. My daughter loved the kids' church up there. Like, she asked me about it 2 days ago, and I told her, you know, maybe we'll go and she can go, you know, but I'm definitely looking, you know, to go somewhere where I can be comfortable with my sexuality and still praise the Lord and worship him how I feel I should. So, you know, everybody run their churches different, and everybody do things different. They got a way of doing things, but just don't agree with the way Pastor Vernon comes to the whole lesbian community. I really don't like it. So, you know, I just got to find somewhere where I'm comfortable, and then I'll be able to say, oh, well, let's get up. We going to church this Sunday because I love church. You know, that's one day out the week where you can get your week started off right, headed in the right direction with that spiritual food that we all need. So, you know, I just got to get back on the right page, you know, and I'm not down talking the word church either. You know, I see, you know, they do a lot for people and a lot for people in my communities, people that wasn't able to bury their children, and, you know, they wanted them to do it their way, but at least they were there to offer the help, you know. So, you know, I ain't gonna talk down on them, but, you know, if you know, looking, you know, and you live in a lesbian life, or you live in a way that you don't feel is acceptable in God's eyes, you know, you might want to find somewhere to go comfortable, somewhere that's more comfortable, somewhere, where you can try to grow spiritually. So.
Okay, now this is what I want to say. Now, I know the biblical, and I know people's emotions as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you feel that if say you dug into that Bible real tough, and you read that it said that a man should be with a woman to keep the reproduction going, do you think that anything in there, do you think that it's any way that Christ can come through and speak that to you for you to know that it's right or wrong? Or do you feel that that's something that can never be defined to you because you are who you are?
That's a good question, and I got a couple answers for that, because I feel like I have been in that Bible and I have read that particular part of the Bible, just like I've read the beginning, the end. I've been all through the Bible. I don't think that God himself can come down, and come through that message and speak. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he could speak to me personally like through it, because it's either it's wrong or it's right. And with me, in the Bible it says it's wrong. That's
so
just
you know that in your heart.
I know deep down in my heart that it's wrong. I know that you're supposed to be with a man, like you said, and keep the reproduction and things going like that. But if you kind of look at all the other sins, and that's why I don't really, take it to, because if you kind of look at where people murder people rape people, every day you get up, you're sleeping in a bed with somebody you're not married to, you're shacking up with somebody you're not married to. I feel like, no sin is greater than the next. So, how could you kind of look at the lesbian thing and be like, well, oh, that's bad, or he shouldn't be with another man, and this and that? Well, technically, a lot of things that we're doing on a day-to-day life, people shouldn't be doing. So I don't think that God himself can, come through that message and tell me, because I already know what's right and what's wrong.
So he already told you.
Biblically it's there. I can't change the word, and that's something that I wouldn't argue with. Mm-hmm. It's there, no, it's not right. No, you shouldn't.
So at the end of the day, you just want to be at a church that accepts the fact that we're all human.
Exactly.
And that we all make mistakes.
Exactly.
And that we want to try to do better.
It's a process. It's all a work in progress, and you can't just change who you are overnight, and your ways, your demons, whatever you want to call them, they're always going to be there. It's up to you, and you have to be covered. If you spiritually, you got to be covered in the blood. You got to be there all the way. It's not no half stepping. You got these hypocrites. Oh, I go to church every Sunday, so I'm more holy, or I'm more this. No, you have to basically let somebody grow and let somebody become who they're trying to be and what they want to be. If it's acceptable in God's eyes, it's acceptable. If it's not, then it's not. But that's something that me and everybody else who's committing day-to-day sins have to answer for and pay for. You understand what I'm saying? So all of my sins and everything that I do, I know I got to pay for. And I feel like I pay for my sins and stuff, on a day-to-day, when things not going my way, things not working out, or maybe I'm gambling, I'm doing some things I shouldn't do. I'm paying for it. So, I just look at it like that, and I take it on the chin, and I still continue to be me. I think I'm still blessed. I think, everything happens for a reason, and who knows? I have a child, who knows? A man might come along one day, but, right now where I'm at in my point of life, I don't think that, a man really has anything to offer me right now. I've been through a lot, and you never know why people are in the situations that they are in to begin with. So I just find that some churches need to stop judging people and stop pushing people away, because ultimately you don't even know what they're going through, at the end of the day. So that's my insight on it.
That's cool, because I go to a church, and it's called Adams Avenue Church of Christ. It's non-denominational.
Okay.
Most churches may say Baptist,
mm-hmm.
or this or that. Mm-hmm. We are the Church of Christ, and what we strive on is that when Jesus was in that Bible, we were the people he was speaking to, mm-hmm. because he said, everybody is a part of me.
Right.
So I'm going to claim that part.
Exactly.
I'm going to say, I'm a part of that, what he was talking about.
Exactly.
You know, so when he went through the Bible, when he taught different teachings, all those teachings, the same teachings he taught the disciples were the same teachings that he was talking to me, that he was talking to you. You know, and one thing that is said in that Bible, in Acts, matter of fact, was that once you hear those teachings and you become baptized into those teachings, then that's when you can ask for that forgiveness and you will always be forgiven.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I feel like if a person doesn't know that, then they're going to always live in their demon.
Right.
You know, see, I can wake up every morning and pray and try to do the right thing,
mm-hmm.
but we all stumble, we all fall.
Mm-hmm.
So when I do fall, I'm conscious to ask for forgiveness. You know, if I don't ask for that forgiveness, then I'm going to always feel like a failure. I don't feel like a failure when I make my mistakes. Right. I feel like a person.
Right.
You know, I feel like a human.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like you have an open invitation to come to my church. And the reason I was so curious was because I've been at service before. And it's only like I'll say out of all the services that I've been to at the Church of Christ in the last, since I got baptized in January of 2010,
okay.
I've only heard that sermon like twice about lesbians.
Okay.
You know, now in my head, because I read the book, I clearly know, like you know, that is a sin just like all the other sins.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that it has to be spoken on occasionally.
Right, it do.
Because
it do.
everything needs to be spoken on occasionally. It's about awareness.
It do.
You know, but that does not take away from the people that are living that lifestyle. Because I know you. You're a good woman. You're a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and talk. This is Bully. This is our interview.
You know, and back to what Brew was saying, I am a good person. You know, I have always been a good person. I haven't always been the best person, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, we are all humans. We all make mistakes, and I do accept the invitation. I'm going to have to go and check Brew out at his church because I feel like, you know, if you're going to be judgmental and you want to, you know, run people away like that, you know, then I don't feel like you have, I don't feel like you should have, rather, you shouldn't basically have the chance to have somebody, you know, a good person in your church like me. I don't feel like it's even worth me wanting to come and worship. So I don't know. I just feel like, you know, the invitation, I'm gonna have to definitely come and check the church out, you know, see how y'all run things, you know, just, you know, come. And it's close by the house. It ain't like,
right,
you know, it ain't like I don't know where it's at, you know. But other than, you know, they gotta stop being so judgmental and try to help people more. That's how I feel about it in the churches. Help people more. Don't be judgmental.
Because that's what they're there for. Yeah. It's a teaching. You know, it's like getting up and going to school. You know, at the bottom line is, if a person wants to come and learn that Bible, then they need to have the opportunity to come and learn that Bible. Because at the end of the day, what more do we have than our hearts and the things that are inside of our hearts? Because it's one thing, you know, you have people that go out of their way to force their lifestyle on you, just like at the church. You know, you don't want nobody to force their lifestyle on you, you know, and I'm sure people wouldn't want you to force their lifestyle on you, but there's a median, which is the Lord. And if we can just meet up at the Lord, at least if we know what the books say, that's where you meet up at, honestly. Mm-hmm. You meet up where our like minds, we read the same thing, and we know that it say the same thing. You know, now that's the median. You know, some people I don't agree with. You can read the Bible, you can read this verse, and it say one thing to you, and it say one thing to me. Because I know that in the gospel, you know, it says that you're supposed to fellowship with like-minded people. You know, if this person believes in the devil and I believe in Christ, we can't worship together.
No, we can't.
Because we don't have a like-minded thing. That's conflict.
Couple of our classmates. They worship the devil, and we all supposed to get along in here. We supposed to get along with the little devil worshipers. But hey, you know that's a whole nother story right there because we don't worship the devil. Okay,
It makes you appreciate
yeah,
the real life that we have. Though.
exactly.
So it's like something like that, it thickens our skin. So the next transition can occur like at church,
Mm-hmm.
you know, where it's people like us. Now we're all still different, even though he worshiped that and I worship the Lord. We still gonna be different in there. So even if you worship the Lord and I worship the Lord, we're still gonna be different in there.
Exactly.
But that's gonna help us when we're trying to do the right thing.
Exactly.
So I'm grateful that we've been in the circumstances that we've had to deal with, because just imagine if we hadn't went through this and then it hit us at another time in our life. We may not have been prepared for it. But I think by us being forced to be around the same people for a year, it grew us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you've come a long way, I've come a long way. You know what I mean? And we just growing every day, man. And
So it's a process. Everything is a process. Everything it's a process. So I feel like I've grown a lot, and whatever I take and get out of being here at the North Coast Underground, Ohio Center for Broadcasting, you know, I hope I'll be able to come in and share that with everybody and let everybody know, you know, I didn't start off as good, but I've learned a lot and I've got a lot better. So
that's what's up, Nene. I'm proud of you, girl.
Proud of you too, bro. We gonna make it.
Thank you. We ain't got no choice, though.
We don't have a choice. We definitely
gonna
make it. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do after the program. I want to focus on music and my career, so that'll give me a lot of time to come in here and utilize this place for the last 6 months. You know,
right.
Use their resources up here and keep it moving.
What up, you in the building?
But we'll definitely get to our guests. I'm going to jump over here on Rue's microphone, and we're going to get you guys to some music while we get our guest in here. So y'all want to stay tuned. We're at the northcoastunderground.com, where the underground starts with you.
You doing it for the music? Okay.
I
got a hot track for him.
Can't hear nothing in the monitor out there.
Oh, you sent them through?
I just sent them to her. I ain't said, yeah, cause I just, you know, just ended it like that or whatever.
Let's say my boy got an R&B joint.
Okay.
In Vegas.
Well, you got time to what you got?
I'll wait, so that way I can talk about it. What up, buddy?
Next.
Chilling. Welcome, man.
How you doing, man?
Glad you made it, man. We said from the jump we was gonna get you in here, didn't we?
I know, man. It's been a while. You know,
Yeah.
What fall they got this R&B thing up under?
What you say?
Like we got the R&B.
It's just a time frame. It's from
Okay.
1 to 3.
From 1 to 3. Okay. Because I couldn't find like none of it yesterday. You know, I'm on
You might not
11
have
to 1.
yours on.
Okay.
You might not have no time frame on yours.
Okay.
You might need to tell them that.
Okay. All right. Yep, that'll work.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't do nothing but just take the, you know how we do, just take the music out and put whatever we want. But I was like, he need to go on and throw that up there. I'm gonna holler at him about it before next week.
Right. Niski, this is my boy Bully Castro.
How you doing, man? Nice to meet you. I'm alright. Nice to meet you.
It's the West Side General, man. This dude running the show over there, man.
Okay, holding it down on the west.
He our age too. You 29, right?
28.
28. When you'll be that?
December.
December? Okay. Yeah, man.